Hey everybody, welcome back to a new video. So we had some new information regarding Tanki Classic's release date and just information overall about the early bundles and just kind of some comments made by Marcus, who of course is the English community manager, YouTube manager, works directly for Tanki, works I think in person at Tanki Studios. So he obviously knows more than I do, anyone really does that talks publicly. I'm going to talk about the message he sent about 5 days ago now. And he was talking in the official Tanki Discord server. I'll provide the pictures up on the screen so you guys can follow along. But people were talking about Tanki Classic release date, when it's expected. And again, I think a month or two ago, I asked Marcus when he thinks a realistic date we could see early Classic testing start. And he told me in an actual message, hey, maybe it's going to be in mid-September. Obviously, September is almost over now, so I don't know why he said that, but let's go over some of the messages he said. Someone asked Marcus, hey buddy, any news about Tanki Classic? And Marcus responded, all the news is in the vlog. Don't expect Classic tests to start this month or next month. Meaning we're probably not going to get Tanki Classic testing until like November, if not December. At this point, it's probably going to be December. But I mean, remember, tests start, it's going to be another at least 1 to 2 months until the full game releases. Meaning we're going to get tests, and then a few months after that, the full release of the game, which is just kind of a big letdown, right? I was expecting the tests to already have been done, and we could get Tanki Classic release date around October, and we could get Halloween. And again, the biggest, I'd say, disappointment so far about the Tanki Classic release date is we just didn't get a realistic answer from Tanki. I think even now, like Tanki's not being honest with us about the release date. You had Hazel saying in the interview from December, he hopes it's released in the first 6 months of the year. Obviously he said it could change, but I mean, I don't see how that was a realistic expectation for the game to be out by then. So it didn't come out in the first 6 months of the year. That's okay. I mean, if they were honest with us, I wouldn't really expect it to be in the first 6 months of the year. Originally, I thought it would take about a year, but then all the different things that Tanki was saying made me think, okay, maybe Tanki Classic's actually going to come out a lot sooner. Like on top of that, I think late June, they had a vlog where they said, hey guys, now that the early testing bundles have sold so well, we're getting started and you can maybe expect Tanki Classic early testing to start late August, early September. But I think it was late July, early August is what they said actually. And again, nothing from that. And then I asked Marcus, hey Marcus, when do you think we could realistically expect Tanki Classic early testing to start? And he messaged me saying, I'm guessing maybe in mid-September. It's like we've been told 3-4 times about unrealistic release dates, which is I think what gets me the most. Like, just be honest with us in a vlog. Say, hey, we started this then, we expect it to be done here, maybe you'll have early testing in December. If they were honest from the get-go, I don't think people would be this annoyed, because if they said, hey, it's going to probably take about a year from now, I think a lot of people would be okay. They're making it from scratch. They're starting it. It's kind of like if they were honest with us, I would be more understanding with all the delays. So let's go over the next message. So Marcus says, Classic is an experiment, not a planned feature. That's why we announced it so early, because we had to find out first if players are interested in it or not. Most of the work started after announcing Classic to players. So I really didn't expect much to have actually happened when it was first announced in late November, I think. Like, obviously there was a lot of stuff they still needed to do. So I kind of get that. But then again, they were saying like, oh, we're going at this fast, we should have it out in the first 6 months of the year. And that didn't really happen. Let's go to the next message. Marcus here is responding to a message saying it would have been better if Tanki just published it instead of announcing Tanki Classic. I don't know if I agree with that. Marcus responded, why should a company spend months of development on something they're not sure will profit? I mean, do you do work if you're not sure you'll be paid for it? I mean, yeah, I get that, obviously, but I mean, Tanki has to know a classic version of the game would do well, right? I mean, Marcus kind of says here that, oh, they're going to develop Tanki Classic without announcing it. How do they know it's going to do well? Okay, based on how well the ripoffs of Tanki do, you know Tanki Classic is going to be successful. Regardless of what's in it, it's going to be successful at least at the start, so I don't know about that. And then here's Marcus responding to someone saying rewriting old code is hard. Classic development is not actually rewriting a decade-old code. It's rewriting the current code of the game to make it look like Flash, returning old effects in battles, removing new effects, redesigning everything, disabling new features and so on, developing infrastructure, develop authorization process for early access players, develop the new recurrent premium pass, and so on. This has me a little bit scared, honestly, because they're not remaking an old version of Tanki. They're basically dumbing down the current version of Tanki to be a classic version, which has me a little bit afraid, because at the end of the day, in the first 10, 20, 30 minutes of playing Tanki Classic, you're going to be able to tell if it feels like old Tanki or current Tanki. And based on them saying it's rewriting the current code of Tanki in the game to make it look like Flash, doesn't sound too optimistic for me. Obviously, it's the same game at the end of the day, so who knows what it'll feel like, but this has me a little bit scared. And then here he's responding to someone saying, yeah, but unlike a company, I don't hype people up for work I might not even finish. Basically saying like, they're selling these bundles for release dates that aren't even out yet. And then Marcus is kind of calling Tanki Classic a Kickstarter here. And then he says, I see no chance that it won't get finished. Obviously, it's going to get finished. But yeah, that's what Marcus talked about a few days ago in the official Tanki Discord server. And it's just like, first of all, you sold Tanki Classic bundles, $100 bundles, $30 bundles, $20 bundles, right? And basically the promise that we were going to be getting Tanki Classic early testing relatively soon. This is what I thought. We had the bundles all the way in early June. I thought testing would start right after the bundles left in the end of June. But it's honestly just so weird to me that they would sell the early classic bundles without seemingly having made much progress on the game. I mean, based on the Tanki development diaries we've been getting recently, it looks like they basically started a lot of the development of the game back in June after the early testing bundles came out. And it would have been nice if they said, hey, these early testing bundles are mainly to help fund the creation of Tanki Classic, because it looked a lot like, based on the development vlogs over the last few months, last few weeks, that they really didn't have much done to begin with. And I just hope they're more honest with us. That's all I want, Tanki. If you're listening to this, just be honest with us. Tell us when you realistically expect Tanki Classic early testing and full release to be. Not just telling us dates that you're not sure of that are unrealistic. Just be honest with us. So that's what I wanted to make today's video on, just talking about the messages Marcus had for us. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these messages in the comments down below. Don't forget to use code Taspens. See you in a future video. Peace out, everybody.